What's up, everybody? I'm Meister Adam, joined by Meister Patrick.
Hello again.
And we're back with more Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy.
If you could believe it.
Because I was somehow edited into this late.
Yeah. The real question is...
Have I eaten today? I'm sorry. Go on. That wasn't the real question.
Have you eaten today? And then the second real question is... so what are some final thoughts on this game? How do we... We're not gonna...
I hate it!
Yeah, obviously we're not going to give this a full official Meister review, because in order to complete it, you have to get to the end 50 times.
What kind of masochistic monster? Bennett, you done it again.
Yes. So, yeah, it's stupid. So here's the thing, though. Well, you can't really say as much, but right. So yeah, because you haven't walked away from it. I have walked away from this game, and I can tell you, I didn't really want to boot it up again, other than to allow you to get your thoughts out on this game, because this game's super famous.
They're not gonna know, but the first thing you said was, "Let's play this so I can delete it and never ever have it on my PC ever again." That's exactly what you said.
Those are my exact words. I was going to delete it. The only reason I have not deleted this game yet is just because I wanted to give you the chance to put your thoughts out on the channel, because this game's so famous.
Oh, good. You wanted me to experience this game?
I feel like it's worth experiencing. This game is such a unique control scheme and design philosophy that I do think this game has value. It's just very much not for me. I honestly don't like this game, even a little bit. But I do like that this was sort of... I like this as a concept, I guess. I don't really like it.
I'm frustrated with it, but it's not a bad game.
Right. Yeah, and I kind of feel the same way. I feel like it's fun. It's a cool game. It's not fun. It's a cool game.
Yeah, it's definitely not fun.
But
this goes off of the same thing with Dark Souls, where it's not fun, and then you've been because you got over something, you have the come on.
Yeah.
You have the I did it.
Right.
Your
Here's the thing for me though. I feel like a lot of people feel the same way about Monster Hunter, or well, they don't feel this way about Monster Hunter, but I feel the same way about Monster Hunter. I feel like a lot of the reason people like that game is because of I finally beat this really long time-consuming thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. No, I get that. I get that feeling. That's the classic good RPG. It's just because Monster Hunter at its core, I think, is a good game.
Okay.
Whereas Dark Souls, I was like, oh man, this looks really bad. It looks really ugly. It's
that's how I felt about
it.
Monster
Looks really
Hunter.
basic. Well, it's because we played Rise.
Yeah.
Rise was legitimately ugly.
Not fair.
But even if it wasn't ugly, it would be a good game.
Yeah.
Or at least in terms of mechanics and movement.
I just
but
so much about that game.
When I tried
the movement was fun.
When I tried playing Dark Souls, it just felt like the slowest, dirtiest, PS2 era.
I mean, it is.
And I'm not. I know, but when no, it isn't. Isn't Demon? No. Yes. No, it's not. Dark Souls was released on the PS3, wasn't it? Demon Souls was on PS.
Yeah. Sorry. I guess I was
and
thinking
Kingsfield was on. Yeah, before that.
I was thinking of the whole franchise, whatever.
But still, yeah, I don't. I have my. I'm not saying that. What's it called? Dark Souls is just a flat out bad thing and you shouldn't try it, and that if you like it, you're an idiot. I think the lore is pretty cool. I think it's dumb that you don't get to find out that lore. You gotta go find it yourself. But some people like that.
Yeah.
That's just from my point of view. I don't like it. But if you take away the quote unquote bosses, maneuvering around in Dark Souls wouldn't be fun or interesting.
Yeah.
So it's like that. That's how when people, because Harley, me and him clash all the time, because he'll say that I don't get let. He'll state his opinion, which is usually just dinosaurs are cool and your games are dumb.
Okay.
And then my
dinosaurs
opinion will be
cool.
Well, I do think dinosaurs are awesome, but Bayonetta 1 is not the best game of all time.
Okay.
And
yeah.
And I'll give him reasons to why it is. I think those things, mostly because I try not to state opinion, more factual things about games.
Okay.
So it's one thing to say oh, this game is bad, and then it's another thing to say did you see that arm twitch?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just focusing on my...
It's another thing to say this game doesn't have good movement mechanic due to blah, 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 X, Y, and Z, right? That could still be an opinion because the word bad is in it.
See, there, right? He pogo sticked himself down here. And I swear to you that that's not a control I did. I know what I did is that he automatically ran down. I was holding down, but because see how I'm pogo sticking right now? All I'm doing was holding down on the controller. He automatically pogo sticks if you're holding down, and he runs into his hammer because of the mechanics of the game.
Yeah.
And so it's so hard to keep track of him that he'll do stuff like that without you meaning to. And that is sort of the main reason why I don't find any interest in this game personally. Or I just I don't feel like I did that. I don't know. It doesn't feel like a thing I did wrong. Even though I know what it is, I guess it's that I held down when I shouldn't have. but it doesn't feel like, it just felt like the game's weird mechanics kicking in, and I was like, okay. I mean, I don't know. I'm just don't care enough, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I believe that all games are just an expression, like an interactive art. And this is more of that, right? I feel like the intent is making a game that is a clearly like an obnoxious experience. This is not a good experience, right?
Yeah.
Like the whole point is that it's not a good experience. But not to say that the piece itself is bad, but that's the point of this. Like I feel like this is more so than others a piece.
Yeah.
Whereas like Call of Duty, that's just a game. That's like a straight up game. Like it's for entertainment value.
See, this is where I have a hard time with like
boots on the ground warfare.
Yeah.
Which is a dumb term. I mean, where else would it be? Huh?
Oh
no, Call of Duty kept marketing that after they did all their kickflip o'clock like phase where everything was running on walls and stuff.
Oh, okay.
They would call it
I got up here, by the way.
Whenever they were trying to get basically.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
though?
yeah. But
it's like it's weird. Once you've done it before, you kind of like have a feeling for it. I don't know. It's strange.
But
you're building with ideas.
Basically, the jetpack wall running.
Okay.
When they try to get rid of it, they marketed it as boots on the ground warfare, even though like as if jetpacks were just part of life.
Yeah.
When they were clearly just copying Titanfall. Like there was just a lot of it was dumb. But anyways, boots on the ground warfare. Those games are meant to just be played though. Like there's no piece they're trying to convey. Call of Duty used to do that actually.
Yeah, they used to have some.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 1, 2, and arguably 3. Like their campaigns are great, and they actually convey like an interesting story, which talks about like the importance and darknesses of like political.
Do you see that I'm bending my baton with anticipation?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Do you see it? Right.
Yeah. A slight bend, but it's there.
Anyway, go on.
So I mean, now they don't.
Yeah. No.
Oh, actually, 2019's Modern Warfare remaster.
Yeah.
That one kind of had a thing. That one did have a story and a message. That was a piece. But the gameplay was also solid. But at the like Warzone, right? That's just a game.
Yeah.
Whereas this, I would say, was a piece.
Yeah.
This is not entertaining to play. It's not a good time.
Right.
But you are like supposed to walk away with an experience difference.
Right. And so
interactive.
Right.
Art.
And for that reason, I do find value in this game in that it tried to do something, and I think it does something. It's not like it's just a nothing game. Like clearly, this game was popular for a reason, and I think it's successful in what it tried to do. It's just a matter of I don't know. I'm definitely not the kind of person who'd ever try to finish this game. Just because I don't care.
Yeah, it's not my thing.
I've seen the ending. Have you seen the ending?
Yeah, where you get to space.
Yeah, I'm sure that feels real good. Oh, that was the other thing that I wanted to try covering, is the fact that, I'm about to make more progress than I've ever made before. Maybe.
Unless boy.
About to find out. Oh, jeez. Here we go.
Can you give you complete silence?
Oh, I didn't realize.
This is why they call you the king of erection.
Games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects.
I have the power!
Oh, I thought you were going to say, I love this game. Like, you just completely change your opinion.
No, I
don't mean they look bad or that
they're
here's
the thing.
Made,
okay, what are they talking about? What is he talking about?
I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context.
Oh, man.
Once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage.
Wait till he finds out about how washing
vegetables
vegetables is.
Those moments pass by in seconds.
Okay. I'm not quite sure what point he was making there. It sounded like he was making the point that video games are made to be played when they come out and then never again. But that would be a weird point, so I'm going to assume that's not what he meant. But, so, anyway, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, right. So, like there, right? I got the tinglies, right? When I did the thing that I've been trying to do for so long, I got the look at me, I did it feeling. But I'm not the kind of person that like cares about that. Like when we played Monster Hunter and I beat that one boss and I was like, yes, or something like that. I don't remember. I was very overjoyed.
Yeah.
Mustafa said, in that episode, he said, see, that's why people like playing Monster Hunter. And I was like, huh, because I didn't like that. My relief was at the fact that I could stop playing, was why I was so excited, because I was so determined to beat that boss because we needed to do it for demo reel. That once I did it, I was so relieved that I could stop playing the game. I was like, if that's why people play it, then why do they go back?
I don't really have that unless I complete a game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I had that right here, just making it over that little obstacle. I was like, oh, thank goodness. I've been trying that for so long.
No, but like even like bosses that are like super hard, like in game, that are just like a boss.
Yeah.
I've never been like, yeah. Like, it's always just like, okay, well, on to the next boss.
Yeah.
Until I finish the game. And I like don't even, I'll be like, I did it. I've done it. Well, I'm going to put you on the shelf. You were a fun or bad time.
Yeah.
Maybe we can stay friends, you know?
Probably not, but yes.
We can stay friends. We can still text.
That's the thing. I get that relief. I get that, like, oh, I've been trying that for so long and now I've done it.
Oh, but, I'm relieved,
Yeah,
Peter.
But I don't like going back. Like, if it was that exasperating, I more remember my time spent in frustration than that little moment of relief at the end. So, I did want to take this opportunity. This is the end of the episode. I just want to make sure you had your platform to answer some of those questions I had asked you, just because I think you were a little focused.
Getting over it's on iOS.
Yeah. Probably similar to the controller, I'm guessing. But I'm guessing this little, do you see this little, like, halo? It's probably your finger.
Yeah.
And so it just kind of, like, tracks your finger the way it does in this game. So...
I was, it's a Unity engine game. They are calling this a quote-unquote platformer. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry about that yawn.
Yeah, I think that's interesting.
I was thinking in my head what I would call this type of game.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, is this a puzzle game? Because, I mean, you're not jumping.
Yeah.
Like, if think about it. If the little man is there, but if he was just the hammer, I'd be like, okay, well, kind of this is like puzzles.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely not a platformer. It's not based off of skill and timing.
It is, I'd say.
No, well, not skill as in, like, how should I say this?
I'd call this a platformer in that you're going from platform to platform, and there's, like, spaces in between that you can fall and, like, fail your objective and all that.
I guess, but...
It's definitely not a classic platformer in any sense, but I get what they're saying by calling it a platformer. I mean, you know, all I guess genre distinctions are to some degree hazy and arbitrary.
Yeah, of course.
But I do get what they're saying in calling this a platformer.
Like, every game's an RPG if you think about it.
Yeah, exactly. To some degree, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to, like, role play a square in
no, it's not.
Adventure.
You're the square. It's very clear forward. You're the square.
I am the, or like Tetris. Like, who am I role playing in Tetris? I'm not the falling blocks.
What do you mean?
Am I? What am I supposed to be? That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even get what I'm role playing as in Tetris.
Do you not know the story of Tetris? We'll have to do a whole story of that later. Well, that'll be its own episode. It's not what you think.
Point is, I don't know if all games are as role play as other games, but I get that, like, some games are definitely like, oh yes, role play. But I feel like even today, like, the genre of role play isn't necessarily the role play aspect of it. Oh, look what I did. I can't even tell what's happening.
Arms are like.
Oh, I kind of get it. Yeah. Oh, it's just his arms going through the pole. That's what's bugging me. Anyway, so this is kind of the end of the episode, though. So I just want to make sure, did you cover what you think of, like, what makes a game a B game?
I thought it was just budgeted publisher.
Huh.
Because that does a lot of things. I don't think people realize if you're given, like, a deadline and an amount of money and you have to pay people and allocate certain services, that means there's a lot of things you can't do.
Yeah.
Like, that might change the focus whether a game is multiplayer or single player.
Yeah.
Like, so when I hear B game or anything that has to do with any lettering, it's usually tied to budget.
Yeah. So I always thought of a B game as, like, the smallest possible budget, like a basically zero budget, versus, like, indie has some level of budget, albeit very small, and then AAA has all of the budget.
Well, I mean, some indie games are budgetless. Like,
so I think
Cuphead is like a weird thing where it's like two brothers and, like, some of their friends spending, like, 14 years making a game.
Right. So, yeah, I guess. But, yeah, so was anyone paid during the making of Cuphead?
I mean, probably after. I think at some point Microsoft picked them up.
Right. So at that point, it's not really you know, I don't know.
Well, I mean, they showed off the demo. I don't know if you know this, but that game used to be just a boss rush, and then they added platforming segments.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, it makes sense. It kind of feels like the platforming segments have nothing to do with the rest of the game.
But that may have changed. Like, I think when they got, like, Microsoft to pick them up and take.
Yeah.
So yeah, that game actually did change.
Yeah.
But it still wasn't, like, I guess became a AAA, but it wasn't because it's more of an indie game. It's by an indie studio. It's just they basically got money to finish out their thing.
I would definitely call that indie or A, as we were talking about. Was there other things that we addressed that did you cover? Do you feel like you got all of your thoughts out about this game? Is basically what I'm asking.
Here, I'm just going to show you the Tetris's names real quick. They all have names.
Oh, no.
If you guys don't know the deep Tetris lore, oh boy.
Orange Ricky and Blue Ricky, Cleveland Z and Rhode Island Z, Hero, Tiwi, and Smash Boy.
Smash Boy with the square.
What does it mean?
I can't believe you don't know the deep Tetris lore. You guys just not know this? Do people just not know deep Tetris lore?
I feel like I can believe that. I feel like I can believe that I don't know. But that's the thing. When you're playing the game, you aren't necessarily role-playing that. Just because there is a lore doesn't mean that you are experiencing that when playing the game.
You know you play the Russian god Alexei Patanov, don't you?
No, again, the game doesn't communicate that at all.
It does.
No, it does not.
It does.
It doesn't.
So games used to have to communicate things in the manual.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
In fact, Mario, actually, you have to read the manual.
Right.
Zelda, you have to read the manual. Those things were manual. So the lore does tell you. It's just beyond the physical realms because of the constraints of the size of the game.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Because it's included in the package. Reading the manual used to be part of the game.
Right. But if someone didn't do that, I would say that I don't know if you have to or even would feel like you're role-playing when you're playing Tetris.
I mean, you can skip the lore in pretty much every game.
Yeah, and in that case, are you role-playing? Maybe still, depending on the gameplay type, but yeah.
Yeah, and Tetris feels like the biggest RPG on the planet.
You can't actually skip the lore in every game. Most games you can, but...
Yeah, unless there's like a, in the beginning, or that terrible
Well, no, because that's what...
intro.
I always think of like RPG games as games that like... I mean, I know this isn't true, but whenever a game like has you forced to pick dialogue options, I always think of that as like RPG, in that you are actually role-playing the character because you have to make choices for the character.
What do they actually call that? Not skill tree, but
Dialogue tree?
Dialogue tree?
Yeah.
Or dialogue option?
Yeah, if you have a dialogue tree, I always think of that as an RPG, in that you actually have to role-play the game.
See, I always think of it as an RPG where the main character is someone you create.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah, that's what I've always thought of as a classical RPG.
Right, either one of those. Is some way you have to imprint yourself onto the game. Like, that is a part of the game.
You are the main character.
Right, and so that's why I don't feel like Tetris or Mario or Link. I mean, you could say that, like, you put your own name down as Link.
Mario.
In Mario, you don't, but in Link, you do, right? In Legend of Zelda, you, like, put your name for Link. And that's very micro, but I could see someone arguing that as being like, but I felt like it was me who was the Link.
It was me. I was the fairy boy with the green. Yeah, the green. Wait, what is your question? Like,
do you feel like you've addressed everything you want to say about this game, and then everything involving what Bennett Foddy was talking about game design in general?
No, well, I don't know, because I'm not sure if his real intentions are what he's saying.
What do you mean?
Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy.
Okay.
Is a frustrating game.
Okay.
Where the whole point of it is that you're supposed to get over this, right?
Uh-huh.
But he's like, there's passive aggressive dialogue, right?
I mean, I did not get that impression.
Well, not passive aggressive, but it's like passive, but under the sake of its timing, right?
Wait, let's see what he says.
Digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh and untainted and unused. When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. And you can build culture out of trash. But only trash culture. B games, B movies, B music, B philosophy.
Huh. See, like that. You feel like that was more like tongue-in-cheek? You're saying?
Well, no, I mean, like, interesting. This is not what I thought you had to do. What was the last thing I was saying? Oh, I feel like, it's intentionally, like, his dialogue, it, like, sounds passive and, like, possibly helpful. But I think the whole point of the strategic timing, like, whenever you fail or whenever you come across a new obstacle that seems really difficult.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the whole point, is it's, like, almost
this is where I wish I had the mouse.
It's like a dry satire.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
That's how I feel like. So, even what he's telling you, I feel like, isn't what the actual piece, like, the image, what the image is, isn't what the piece is supposed to convey. I feel like in his head, Bennett Foddy's like, no, I'm going to make a frustrating experience that's going to make you feel good about trying to get over these
Maybe
things.
this is what digital
Maybe
culture
being
is.
also be like,
a monstrous mountain of trash.
You shut up, Bennett.
Creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand, infinite, and unsorted.
Huh. Okay.
Okay. Now, before he starts running his mouth again.
It's only whenever I make progress or lose progress. Side to progress.
Yes.
Aren't I doing so well? Tell me how good I do, Adam.
You do very well, Patrick.
Thank you.
Patrick does very well.
Thank you. So yeah.
Commencing pet.
Before we keep going,
Good job.
I'm just trying to make something appear on screen. Please finish.
oh, I'm so sorry. So I feel like the intention was to like make this passive aggressive game where it's like, oh yeah, you're getting over it, blah ha ha. The joke's on you because like look how frustrated you are with the dialogue, blah blah blah. Is the intent in which if you read out the dialogue, you'd be like, oh well, he's clearly saying motivational things, but then like based off the timing, that everything's a mess, the control scheme. I feel like the intent is almost comedic satire, dry satire, sexual comedic dry satire.
So so that's what I'm saying. It's like, do you feel like Yeah. Okay. I mean, we probably covered everything. I hope I don't watch this back and be like, gosh dang, we never talked about that.
We never covered anything.
Yeah. But so yeah. So no final thoughts on the game. I guess you said you wouldn't pick it up. You wouldn't go home, buy this game right now, and then complete it. And then...
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I wanted to save it until after, and actually, I specifically for the end of this episode because you said we were gonna do it. When I first saw you guys play the series, I said to myself, thank God they're playing it because I never ever want to play those games. And then you ended up being like, oh yeah, and I want to get you on an episode, and I told myself, dang it, this is gonna suck.
That's great, but that's what I wanted.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
That was the point. Is like this game is so, like, I don't know. I feel like it's not fun or enjoyable or a good time. But as a man of gaming culture, such as you might be, I feel like it's worth having had the experience for.
Even the cheese connoisseur must taste the disgusting, stinky ones.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Because now I feel like it adds perspective to the gaming world, having this game and its design philosophy exist. I don't know, and having experienced it. Like, I feel like games I can go forward, I can feel like, I don't know, like I could see parts of this game being taken into other games and or being like specifically done differently for the sake of not being like this game and stuff like that. Like, I feel like this was this felt like research into like game design to some degree.
Hilariously, when you said that entire pitch, I imagine that someone makes the same game but with like a really big boobed girl. And they're like,
as you can see,
art. Yeah,
it's art. It's been made better in every way.
Every way, we've revolutionized.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't want to play this game anymore. I don't want to progress anymore.
I hate you. Gotta delete this like ASAP.
I honestly don't care about this game and making it through it and getting over it with Bennett Foddy. In fact, as I said to Melissa before we started the series, getting over it can have two meanings. A, you make it to the end of the game and you've gotten over the mountain, both proverbial and digitally literal. Or B, you get over the experience of wanting to make any progress whatsoever, and you just stop playing it. And in that sense, I believe we have gotten over it with Bennett Foddy.
No, I just hate him. I hate Bennett. Bennett, I hate you now. Your game makes me hate you.
Thank you so much, Bennett, for your contribution to the society and to the world. I salute you with one hand, because doing it with two hands would be Hydra, and that'd be weird.
I don't actually hate you. I only hate like two people in real life. I hope you have a very safe time, and I'm glad you were able to make your art piece. Just want to throw that out there. I don't want people to have a mistaken ideology of what my character is.
Goodbye, Bennett. Goodbye,
Bye.
Man in the pot. He has a name. I forget it. Throw it up on screen so that we all know, and say goodbye to that. Zoink out.
He does pot.
He does pot.
Your pot is so big.
All right, go ahead and quit. Yes, I'm gonna have you do a couple things actually for me. Go ahead and quit from here. Yes, and then what I want you to do is right click on the bottom screen here on the left actually. You're gonna have to move your mouse all the way to the bottom. I know. Don't look at that mouse. That's the mouse you want to look at. You want the real mouse. Move it onto the bottom screen.
Okay.
Right click, close. Click on Steam on the taskbar. There we go. I want you to right click on Bennett Getting Over It. Go up to the top screen again. So move your mouse up to the top screen. Keep moving up. Like push. There you go. Yes. Now go over to Get It Over It on the left. Right click. And then do manage and uninstall. Yes.
I don't know if I can do it.
No.
You want to do it together?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna make it like a little ghost thing. Hold up. I have
Yeah.
to like move my microphone as I do it.
We could like both touch the.
We're gonna
Am I
like-
on the button? I can't even tell. Okay, yeah. Wait, we're
okay.
on hide this game. Okay.
Oh shoot, we're on the right thing.
All
Okay.
right, yeah.
3, 2,
2,
1.
Oh wait.
Oh, there's one more. This is
additional,
awkward.
So now we
Okay,
gotta like double.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Are you sure?
I think it's gone now. Yes, we're done. Okay, cool. Bye.
We got it.